we are back with ARK Survival Evolved. I am Madtown213, and it is good to be back after a long week hiatus, finishing the Colossal Castle Fortress Compound. It is complete. I've been doing nothing but grinding. Well, I'd say it's about 98% complete. I've been doing nothing but grinding and building, and with the help of a bunch of server mates, getting this castle done. We have a new logo now for the channel. We have the compound is pretty much complete where it's more than functional. We've got a ton of big level animals. We've got a ton of new changes. Um, so I want to get right into it with the culmination of close to 1,000 hours of ARK playing to show you guys what I have learned, what I have done, so forth and so on. We will now be starting a lot more interesting videos, taming. We've gotten a lot of stuff off camera in the last week since I've been gone, just grinding. Work got a little busy, so I've been concentrating on that as well. So things will be much more interesting from this point forward in one of the coolest compounds I've seen in a very long time on ARK. So we'll get you started. For anyone who has never seen any of my videos before, we'll start off with showing you where we're at. So you can see here, once I get in the good light, I am on the far western central side of the map. As you can see ahead of me, the volcano is there, the snow mountain is there, to give you guys an idea of where we're kind of located, where this mega compound sits. So the front of the compound comes in on this river. So we got a nice bridge built across the river there. We got plant species X loaded around this entire castle wall. And for scale, we'll go down just to show you how big this wall actually turned out to be. I'm going to try to fly slow because I found ARK's weakness, and that is mega builds. The loading time on these things, on this place, is absurd. Absolutely absurd. So you kind of have to go slow to allow rendering to happen. So the wall is, I think, at the highest, like 10 or 12 high in some spots. So we come in here. This is the front entrance. There's a main gate on this side of the river, and then if you go across the river, and that's all blocked off underneath, we also have a gate over on this side. So what I'll do is run you around the perimeter just to show you how big we're talking. And I gotta slow down, let this render. So here's the other gate on the other side of the river, and just a giant wall with plant species X loaded all along it. So we'll go up a little higher so you guys can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. And I'll explain as we go around kind of what everything is. And then I think we'll culminate with the giant floating castle portion of the compound. So here's the wall that goes down over here. We do have a gate over there for entrance into the woods and up in that direction. There's a nice natural land ramp there. So if you want to take creatures out there. What I've built here is a predator pen. This is where I'll be keeping all the sabers, wolves, anything that doesn't lay eggs that is going to be rideable or worth riding. So wolves, sabers, frogs. What else would we be adding in here? And anything that comes new creatures that come out that are like the dire bear or the woolly rhino. All those things will probably go in here. I know the bear will because it won't lay eggs, obviously, and the rhino shouldn't either. So those might go in here. But nice little castle pen for all those with a feeding trough. Let's see what time it is, because if I run, yeah, and we'll run into night too, which I'm actually going to show you because I have wired and lit the entire thing off one generator. So you can kind of see some wires here. You got to fly slower, buddy. So we got wire and lights all the way around off a single generator, which was a feat in and of itself. So we got this little door towers, guard towers, whatever, on the corners. And then we have a wall here that runs diagonally down this. I'm going to clear out these trees and rocks later on. Now there are some parts and pieces that I do need to kind of the finishing touches, but in general I feel safe and not worried. So you can see all the plant species X here. Here's another side entrance out to the beach and the snow biome. So if you ever want to take stuff out there, there's an entrance here. And this wall goes all the way down to this quiet little beach area over here where there isn't much. Usually trikes, turtles, tons of pterodons, a brano every now and then. Things like that, nothing too scary. And this part's left open for now. I don't know what we're going to do with it. Maybe leave it open. This is my worker cage. So mammoths, megaloceros. What else we got in here? We got some Gigantopithecus, the big old gorillas. We got our Doedicurus in here. So these are our workers. Anybody that's here will have access to the wood, thatch, and rock that's out back that will respawn, and there's plenty of it. So we have a nice little area set here. Then the wall stops at the water. It will eventually continue. I have not built the backyard pier completed yet, but there will be a large water pen as well that will go from that little rock pile right above my head over there, straight across to that rock pile way over there. So that will be. Down the road, I am not interested in getting into any big building anytime in the recent future. This has been so much grinding. I'm just kind of done with building for the time being. So this is our backyard. This is in the next episode, my brother and I will be getting all my Rexes and Spinos from the northern base, bringing them down here and lining them all up here for compost. And this here, as you can see, it's so laggy. Most people won't even come to my base because it takes so long to render in. So what we have here is a ton of compost bins. Nice little long area. We have 18 crop plots here. And I'll show you guys a close-up of that. Pretty happy with how this turned out. Nice and kind of concealed. Low profile. Everything lines up. Nice straight lines. So you can see everything's irrigated here. I don't have any seeds in it as of now. I just finished a crop. Got a couple hundred veggies, and I'll show you guys those. So all the water goes down underneath and comes out on that little crevice down there. So that's nice and hidden. I may even build like a wall structure to kind of hide that, but not anything too important. So this is where we'll be getting veggies and stuff for kibble and any berries, narcos, things like that. I'd like to kill him to get him out of the way, but I think he'll fall on his own. Yeah. So this down here is our... I decided to leave open. This is kind of the lower patio. Turned out really nice. I may have to kill you. Yep, I'm going to have to kill you. Hopefully stuff on neutral doesn't come and help me because I don't need it. And I should be far enough away from everything. Just go away, dude. So I'm going to be building some other small buildings back here to keep this from happening. So I don't have things spawning in the backyard. Or this flat beach area. So you can see a trike over there. So this turned out really, really well. Have this all white. The whole place is wired and lit. So when night comes, I'm not concerned. So you can see here, and that it will be the final piece that I'll show at the end. But that is a giant floating castle. The only supports are way over there. Everything else is just completely free. Nothing holding it up. And I've explained that in previous episodes how you can do that yourself. So if you want to check some of those out, you can look for building update episodes and things like that. So we got our nice little caged in water area here. There's nice little visuals, and this can be used for whatever. Right now it's just open and large wasted space. Eventually this will come down. As you can see, I got the waterfall framed out here, and this will lead back to the pier, which I brought the boat and all my water animals over yesterday. So we got them sitting out there, and then this will eventually go all the way out to the wall. Got a little coral, so this is also going to go out. Oh shit. Oh, that was awesome. So there will be a pier down here that goes all the way along here and kind of outlines this coral just as a visual piece. And as soon as I get back up to my bird, we will continue to the kibble section, or the egg laying part of the compound. And I don't think I'm overstating the scale of this by calling it a compound. It's pretty damn large. And we've talked about it. If we really, really wanted to, we could probably host all 7 members of the server in this one area. There's more than enough room for everybody. The only problem is, as you can see already, the lag is just can be absurd at sometimes. So hopefully with new updates when they are upgrading the performance and stuff, that should get a little better. But with this many pieces of building, it's funny when you come in on a pterodon or something quick and fly right into the middle and just stop. You will see it takes like 30 seconds to a minute for everything to render in piece by piece, which is pretty entertaining. So over here we still have the same ramp that was there before. I will eventually do that in stone, but again, that is not a priority right now. And the only thing holding this place up is these walls right here. That's the only thing that's connected. We have our elevator here that goes up. And let me get off here. And we'll do a foot tour of the kibble farm. So we have the elevator platform and rubber band. And the elevator works wonderfully for getting creatures, or if you fall from anything from down here up to the upper portion. And you can see over here we got a nice little our waterfall section. Now eventually this will all be walled in. Again, not a priority, but those pillars will be hidden. Same over here. That will all be hidden as well. So we got our elevator here. Maps out perfectly, fits nice and neat. Everything lines up. So, kibble farm. We've got, might as well grab some eggs over here. We got a bunch of raptors for the high level mammoths and stuff like that for kibble. And we have our Dimorphodon army here. And I'm not seeing any eggs right now. We do have quite a bit of troughs kind of littered all over, and then we have our guard cats. These are the only things down here on neutral, just in case a dillo or something spawns down here. I do want some protection because all these guys are on passive. So dodo eggs we have plenty, Kairuku eggs we have plenty for now. We do need a lot more dillo eggs, so I will take these. And we will be upgrading the kibble farm as time goes on. Just kind of in my downtime, I'll be adding probably another 4 or 5 dillos. Patchies are essentially useless. The eggs, I got some more scorpions here. Now, if you haven't seen a previous episode, the way I've got these lined up is the single males that I have have all the saddles that I have made on them, and then all the rest are females in line. And that goes for every species, except for, obviously, dillos can't have saddles, but the males here, and then all the females. Same with the Kairuku. We got Pingu here, who is our male, and then all rest females. Same with the Raptors. We got some more guard cats at every trough. We got scorpions and we got some turtles here. It's nice. The eggs kind of roll down this natural ramp that's built here. Probably get a few more trikes, but they're not necessary. Stego's definitely going to be upgrading. My brother Josh has a ton of Stegos over at his place too, so we're kind of working together for that. I will be getting some more of those, but I have quite a few. Here's my first male parasaur. I will be getting a bunch more females. And then we got some gators down here to kind of round it off. And again, I will be adding on. I did get a male and female oviraptor that I will run on Wander when I'm around here, when I've been building. So we got Olivia and Oliver, our male and female oviraptors, both pretty high level, 83 and 98. They just the first ones I saw when they first came out. Over here is my kibble castle. So when I grab eggs, these guys are just, I'm waiting for them to die. I'm just starving them. They have no access to food, and they're all males, low levels, so they will be dying soon. So this is the kibble castle. We got our own generator out here. 6 fridges for, as you can see, we got some eggs here. So we got a pretty good stock already. We definitely need some more. We got kibble and seeds will go here. We have a decent stock started. That will happen when the industrial cooker uh, comes out. Update should be later this afternoon, I believe, where you can put water into it, a line, and that's going to go right here. But I'm waiting for it to come out because I don't want any glitches because it is really expensive. So I don't want to build it and then find out it's not going to work with the water. And I got to figure out, I may have to redo this building too, because I want it here, but I don't know where the water spout's going to come out of it. And if it comes out the back, I may have to put the door here and kind of move these walls out, but we'll see how that works out. We have some, here's our veggies. We got a few hundred of each of those from the first crop. Got a full fridge of Mejos. Here's our raw meat for all the stuff out there. And berries for feeding those animals as well. So this is our nice little kibble castle that's all stocked up. We do have some lights, and that is the only other generator. This generator runs this building and this building only, just because it didn't line up with the rest of the compound. So next we'll move on to the upper area over there, the mating and taming pens. As you can see, these walls here I'm going to be finishing at some time, but again, not a high priority. I was just happy to be done with the outer walls. So once I get up to my bird, we'll head over there and check that out. And again, the lag is pretty horrendous. We'll be doing a bunch of taming and breeding and all sorts of more exciting videos than now that building is just done. I'm going to start taking cats and wolves and land creatures out more often and less flying to make it more dangerous, interesting, entertaining. This game is kind of gets easy once you have flying creatures, Quetzals and Argentavis. So I want to build up the challenge a little bit and start using some land creatures. So there's our sharks and ichthyes over there with our 2 pleasies and our raft. We'll be adding to that collection. I think in one of the next couple episodes, me and my brother are going to head deep underwater and get a maso and some anglerfish. So stay tuned for that as well. So we will be I don't even bother with a plant species X down here because it's just trikes and turtles and nothing. So I just have a door here to keep everybody out, keep things from spawning. Just a tiny wall. Maybe finish that up for aesthetics later on. So there's our egg hatching facility and the outer wall here. And since I'm out here, I might as well show you the outer wall over here. So this outer wall stretches all the way around, and you can't see the render too far away, but we'll get over to that part in a moment. But we have all of our taming, mating pens here. The best update that we have since last time you guys joined me was Josh and I got the only female Giga we've seen on the server. And went down relatively easy. She was a level 8 female, tamed out to be like a 14 or 13. Nothing impressive, but she is a female, and we needed her for eggs. So I've got her and our new Hulk. We've got level 60 that tamed out to, I think, 93. So he's my new Hulk, male Giga, biggest one on the server. I gave my other old Hulk to JayC, who lives down the coast, so he would have one. And then that one over there is for sale. That's a male 52 that I just hatched from an egg. That's why it's all bloody. And I will be giving or selling that to another server member as we just continue to breed Gigas. So I just have them in there every single time she's ready. I just put them on Wander and get a new egg. So we've got those two large pens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these medium pens for whatever. And then we have the square dance over here, which is all just walls. Works, well, I haven't really tested it too much, but it could work for a lot of different things. It's all doors. So I showed this in a previous episode, but I'm hoping I will have a lot more people joining me from this point going forward, so I might as well just show it now as part of the grand final last tour I will ever do on this server, because I'm tired of tours as much as everyone else is. But so these, you can just lead animals, pair them off, change size pens, whatever you want to do. It's as complete utilitarian and serves many functions. So I kind of like this design. Works out really well. So you guys can check that out there. We got a ladder to go up. You are able to walk along the entire outer wall. The whole thing is all connected. So there's a ladder to get up there to walk all the way around the hatching center. And I will be decorating and finishing the outer wall here sometime, but again, no hurry. And flat, no pillars showing. I went to extensive work to do that. And then this is the hatching center we have. Got some ramps, got a little person door here, so if you got something in here just wandering, you can get in and out. Close that. And just the basic hatching stuff. Ton of feeding troughs here, some storage containers for whatever, extra saddles or whatever you want out here. Few fridges. This is all for pretty much raw meat, and then we keep fertilized eggs in this final one, which I can add another giga I just did. So you can see we got 3 giga fertilized eggs, all from Big Bitch and Hulk. So we'll be doing those. We have a high level RG egg from a perfect tame Queenie Deuce from JayC and my brother's male Wisconsin, who's I think one of the higher males on the server when I did this. Fertilized Quetzal egg from the 2 high level Quetzals. I did get a new male that I don't believe I've shown on a video. Cubert was a 107. Tamed out. I believe wild he was, I want to say 68, 72, something like that. And with kibble, tamed out to 107. Laquisha was originally a 101. So that egg should turn out pretty good. We got a couple fertilized raptor eggs. I want to get a nice little high-level raptor armor. We have a perfect level male. That's my brother's. And then I got Rashida, who's my female. She came out to 161, so we got 2 of those. And then some high-level pterodon with JayC's perfect twin. male, and then Patasha, who is my Pterodon female, 116, I believe she was, with kibble, so she came out to 173. Have tons of air. There's no egg I can't hatch here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 11 air conditioners here. So there isn't a single egg I can't hatch in this little corner. Got this all. There's lights back here hidden if I want to turn on. So yeah. And this is my anchor. This is Rashida, my female high-level raptor. Just keep her in here for now while I'm breeding her. And then I use her as my anchor to have the little babies follow her, so they don't go to wander every time they change to a new stage, juvenile and adolescent, things like that. So yeah, this works out really good. We've already used it quite a bit, and it has served its function well and will in the future. So here is the first Giga egg I hatched. This is a male, so I don't want it. I want high-level females. It's just called for sale for right now, so everybody knows that if they want it, they can get it. Level 52 male, so not bad. Got its mom's color. And this is a Quetzal that I hatched for Josh. Level 94 female, so second highest level female on the server. So she was hatched. He'll be coming to pick those up. Here's his male perfect tame raptor. And we will continue along. Now this yard is going to probably remain somewhat open. I'm going to build some type of building, light tower, trophy room, something out here to keep things from spawning, because I do still get a few parasaurs, turtles, trikes, dillos, etc. that spawn in here, and I want to get rid of those. So I'll probably build some kind of tower, dead center. It just goes up, maybe with its own generator and some lights or something. Not sure. But yeah, all this is all wired. A continuous line all the way around. The only part I don't like that's not hidden is this part here. Didn't turn out so hot, but I will get over that considering the amount of work and materials that it took to build this damn place. So you can see I have a few little pieces to finish there, but there's nothing getting up that wall, so it's purely aesthetic. And then we have our corner tower here, so that wall goes all the way around. Another door to get out into the mainland. So this just continues up. And more plant species X, like I said, everywhere to keep this area free. I don't want any problems, things sneaking up on me. There isn't much aggressive over here, maybe a Carno every now and then, but it's just nice to clear out all the little stuff, bugs and dilos and shit. So it's a nice turnover, helps with the turnover rate too to get higher level creatures. So every time it kills something small here, something new respawns someplace else. So it kind of helps with that as well. So we got this mega wall that continues down here, and then we're back to the front. Now for the piece resistance of the whole damn place. The floating castle home. So this is the entry. Anybody that wants to come in, if you do come in by land, you'll most likely come in the front, maybe. So what we have here is two, and I'm just going to let this load while I kind of explain from this area, because it will take a while to all render in. So this is just a landing pad that I built to flatten this. There was a big dip here. I'll probably show you over here. And I'm going to continue this out all the way to the edge, but you can see there's a big dip, and I wanted this just flat, so I just built this up just as an entry walkway. That hole is not going to render, that exists. In the future episode, I'm going to show you a weird glitch that I found, and it's very specific, so I'm going to set that aside for a separate episode. But you can come in the main door. This is for everybody else. All these boxes are, because I have a lot of stuff here, and if people want to use this as a trading post or whatever, I've got stuff so they don't have to go in my base. They can just use the smithy or forge or mortar and pestles kind of out here in the staging area. And then we have a ramp that goes up to the side with our elevator that ends up here. And I will call it up so you guys can see what it looks like once it gets up here. This is the pump house. This is the only generator on the property except for the Kibble Castle. And this thing runs the entire place. Every single line, light, fridge, everything you see in this entire place is run off this single generator. And here's where the line comes out. So I ran it underneath, hidden all the way up. This is the single line that connects the entire outer wall. Well, two lines, but so one goes that direction and one goes up over this door and does that whole side. All those fridges and stuff over on the hatching center is all from that line and this generator. That's it. And this is a little hatch I have for the underbelly. I'll just briefly show you this. This is all the inner workings. So this is water and electric. I will show you guys this while I'm down here so I don't have to come back down. So underneath the main part, so this is the main castle above me, and this is where all my lights are. All hidden, all wiring, vaults are down here, and then you can see I just got little windows out into the main castle, but this is completely separate, hidden, and floating. And this just runs all my lights. As you can see, there's dozens, if not 100, all the way around. So this is all lit from underneath. There are a couple lights upstairs where I felt that needed a little more, and you guys will see that as night comes. And then, yeah, so, and here's the only water thing. I'll show you guys how I kind of secretly just set that aside, so if you're thirsty, you don't have to run out to the river. I'll shut that. So it's just right here, very discreet, kind of out of the way, and it works. So yeah, I just figured it'd be here nice for everybody. If you're coming in, flying in, going into the castle, you can just grab a quick drink if you need one. So this is the continued front staging area. Goes over here. These are just here temporarily. This is a new female Spino I got. Precious. She was a 96, and she was right outside that front door over there in the woods of all places. So you don't normally find a Spino away from a river, but she was out there, so I had to tame her. So pretty cool looking. I like the rainbow fin she's got. But yeah, and this is Patasha. This is my high-level female pterodon. I have not. She's probably got 10 or 15 levels. I just left her so I could write down stats. And we got a little trough here for anybody that's going to be over here. Laquisha, of course, is my base Quetzal. I use her the most often. And here's the entrance. I'll show you guys up there here in a minute. But this is the waterfall. So you can see straight down in. Just a little fence area here. We got our drum right in the middle with our T-Rex trophy kind of centered. So if you want to welcome guests, you can come out here and play the drums with the waterfall as your background. Not very good at drums, but so yeah, we got those. And nice little view of the waterfall. Completely covered, caged in. Again, the walls will cover that. Now, let's show you the good stuff. And here's where the elevator comes up to. Works out perfect. I mean, it could be a little better, but considering the size and scope of this place, I'm not going to bitch about 6 inches. All right, so you come in, and here it is. Don't mind that, I'll finish that later. But complete floating giant cathedral mega castle. As you can see, this place is pretty much set up for flyers, so you can just go from up there to down there right through the middle. And I'll do that at the very end. So we got Katie. I don't think you guys saw me do the compy. We just got a female. She was a 106 or something like that. So I just tamed her just to have one. A little trough here just in case. And you guys have seen this if you've tuned in before. If not, this is my entire crafting storage. Everything I will ever need is here. We got 2 levels. So you just take the ladder up here. This is the first level. This is like ingots and crystal, all the stuff you'll need for crafting, stone, cementing paste, so forth and so on. These are all filled. And if you want to go up to, let's say like paint or saddles or something like that, you can just climb up here to the second level and it works out. I had this design in my old North base. This now is the complete BA setup. I will never ever need storage, and it takes up very little footprint. So yeah, and then you can just grab whatever you need, jump down, and this is our fabricator. We got, oh, this is Josh's little monkey that we're going to be breeding with Spike. This is a 156 female. I just want to see how tiny they actually are, so I want to try to breed everything in this game at least once just to check it out. So yeah, that's why she's sitting here. Got a couple smithies, a ton of mortar and pestles. Here's all our bookshelves for blueprints. And there's the rest of our storage. We have some preserving bins here. Oh, got a bunch of, I'll get that after the video. We got a bunch of jerky there. So this is our jerky fridge. As you can see, we've been working overtime doing that for kibble. Cooked prime meat, got a ton in there. And here's our industrial grill. And then we have our cooked, both of these are full of cooked meat for consumption or if you need them for jerky, whatever. Then this area is empty as of right now. Not sure if I'll do anything with the year, but this is our battle room. So you can see we have the Broodmother flag, which I went and got another one just to have. And then we have all the trophies with our bases here. So we got all 6 artifacts on trophy bases. We got our war map, which, what the hell? Why didn't it save? I had everyone's location written on here. I wonder why that didn't save. That's weird. And then we have our T-Rex trophy head here and our Broodmother trophy head here. Colored, of course, to match my new color scheme, blue and orange. So we got our tables, chairs, and stuff for everybody to sit and talk about strategy, which we haven't done yet, but we could in the future. And then back to the other door. And if we go up here, this is kind of our bird storage staging area. I'll show you out there. Oh, perfect. It's night. So you can see it's not completely lit up. I don't like it all that bright, but I do like it where I can see. So this works out really, really well as far as the hidden lighting. So that's just Quentin, our lower level male, just to have. He's our battle bird. And then we have some low level pterodon, and we'll be filling this up very quickly. Nice little elevated ceiling. And then out here is a nice little porch slash bedroom area. So if I need to, here's my 4 beds for the respawn point for this base, and then just some storage if you need to drop something off to fast travel or whatever. And a nice view of the property from out here. As you can see, the whole outer wall is lit up. And that's not rendered in, but if it were, you could see that that's all lit up as well. And then if you need to go up to the upper staging area, this is our Quetzals that were, and I'll probably put some lights up here. But this is Cubert. This is our high level male for breeding. I'll probably put a base on him of some sort. I think I might use, well, no, he's high level. I'm going to make a Quetzal that will have all of the turrets, past and future, on them. So there will be a Quetzal where I'll put the rocket launcher turret and the spear turret, and all of those things will eventually go on a single Quetzal. And this is Nicole Cage, our Quetzal taming Quetzal. Have our nice little cage up there. If you haven't seen it in a previous episode, it's pretty dark, but I will show you. You'll see it. I'll be taming more Quetzals as we go on if we find any. So this is my little setup. Seems to work really well for me. And then we'll just drop off here, and I think that is about it. Video ran a bit long, but I want to get this done, over with, and never have to do a tour again. I've done too many on this channel already, but building is one of my favorite things to do in any game. 7 Days to Die, ARK Survival Evolved, plan on playing Fallout 4 here pretty soon. I know there's building involved there, so I love building and being creative, and especially going overboard with mega builds. So you guys will see different parts of this as we just use it in general day-to-day use. And I will be expanding. If I do something cool, like maybe the pier, I might do a building episode. But other than that, I'm done with building episodes. From now on, it's breeding, taming, wild adventures, caves, broodmother, all sorts of stuff. So the boring stuff is now over. If this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, welcome to the channel. I am Madtown213. Thank you very much for joining me today on this tour. I hope you guys enjoyed the Colossal Castle Fortress compound. Maybe you got an idea too for your own little build. Maybe not to this extent, but something you saw that you like. If you do like anything you saw here, hit a thumbs up for me. And let's get some attention to this channel and do some cool things with high level breeding, high level taming. We're going to go underwater a bunch. So it's going to get fun around here. I can't wait for the future episodes. Thank you guys for anyone who has been participating so far. And thank you very much for joining me today. I am Madtown213, and we will see you next time.